things we really want to try to connect to with a really strong running form is this idea of hinging from the ankle. Now, frequently what you'll see floating on the internet, what you'll hear other running coaches talking about, is hinging from the ankle is sort of like falling forward a little bit. What we don't want to do, and it's true, is we don't want to be leaning or hinging from the hips. We want to be leaning really from the ankles. But if I tell you to do what is commonly taught, which is get comfortable sort of leaning forward a little bit, lean forward and notice that you're falling forward as you run, you're going to catch yourself under you. And while that's what we want when we're running, we want to be landing underneath us, more or less. We don't have any way of really leaning forward. So where does hinging from the ankles actually really come into play when we're looking at a strong running form? Hinging from the ankles truly comes from the end result of our running form. So remember, we're driving our knees forward, we're catching the ground before we land, so as we catch, we can push with the tush, we can have a strong butt, rolling the earth behind us like a skateboarder, pressing off with the back leg, boom, there we are. This position is where we are now hinging from our ankles. So at no point are we really leaning forward. At no point are we falling in any way. What we really are doing is, as a result of creating a strong running form, we then see as a byproduct that we end up hinging from the ankles. So it's a nice way to be able to check in with yourself. As you're running, are you truly hinging back from the ankles as you push off with the back foot? If you can find that position, what you're also doing is making sure that you're keeping your feet close to the ground the whole way through. You're not picking your feet up too soon. You're not leaning forward too much. We are putting everything into play exactly the way that we want. Drive the knee forward. We're going to catch the ground before we land, so as we land under us, we're able to then push with the tush, roll the earth behind us, run like a skateboarder, press off with the back leg. We're hinging from the ankle just before we pick up, and then starting over and driving the knee forward and continuing our motion. So if you can find yourself thinking, do I hinge back here as I press off with the back foot? And you are, you're doing a pretty good job. Keep it up. If not, then let's just reevaluate. Are we picking our feet up too early? Are we getting lazy in our upper body? Where is that starting to fall apart a little so we can start to reconnect with the more important cues that we really want to bring in first, right? Keep that knee driving forward so that our shins are relatively parallel, so that as we are bringing that momentum down, we catch the ground, pushing with the tush, roll the earth behind you like a skateboarder, and because of the hinging end position where you are hinging from the ankle, you're now pushing off with the back foot. So that's what we want to see. Keep that going, reflect on how you're running, take a video if you can and evaluate it and see where you can find more of that strength for yourself.